everyone. It's that time again. It's time for a brand new game. Feels like I've been playing the same games like for the longest time now. But it's finally time for something brand new. Let's do it. Triangle Strategy from the makers of Octopath Traveler. Octopath Traveler was a fun game. I like that. Octopath was good. So we will see if this game can live up to how good it was. I am ready. Unreal Engine. How unreal will this game be? Lots of familiar people here. Oh, it's been a while since I've seen this this style of graphics. The HD 2D, I think, is great. Like, I seriously love this version of 2D. Yeah, I'm ready. Looks great, by the way. New game options. Let's see. Mode recommendation for those who are not comfortable with tactical games or players who want to enjoy the story without getting stuck. Focus on the story. Play tactical games or looking to take on challenging. And then just expert mode. I'm a pretty normal person, so we'll go normal. Now, is there Phoenix mode, or do my characters stay dead forever?
On the faraway continent of Norzelia, 3 mighty powers reigned.
Like a triangle.
The Kingdom of Glenbrook, through which runs the mighty Norzelia River, bringing flourishing trade. The Grand Duchy of Esfrost, a land of ice and snow beneath which slumbers rich veins of iron. And in the desert, the holy state of Hyzat, home to the lake from which is harvested the salt essential to life. With each nation controlling one vital resource, conflict between these 3 powers was all too common.
Just get salt from the ocean. Anyway,
Minor
go on.
disputes and skirmishes gave rise to fierce battles, and before long, the realm was engulfed in a bloody conflict that would rage on for years. Many died in what came to be known as the Salt Iron War. Brought to their limits and facing their mutual demise, the 3 powers at last negotiated a truce. The Norzelia Consortium is formed, a neutral organization that oversees fair trade of iron and salt. Finally, peace came to the realm. 30 years pass. Now, a new bond is set to be formed between the Grand Duchy of Esfrost and House Wolffort of Glenbrook, whose power in the kingdom is second only to that of the royal family itself.
Chapter 1. Let's begin. Is there gonna be a 4th power? Like in the middle somewhere? Like a secret 4th power? Hey, creative name. Welcome to a brand new game. How are you? Is this the main character?
Lord Serenoa?
What?
Good morning.
Zap.
Congratulations, my lord. The future of Wolffort is looking brighter than ever.
Today's the day, is it not? We're all ready for the big moment.
The title screen was actually Fire Emblem. Sure was. And how you doing, Captain Chips?
Thank you, everyone.
Young Master, Lord Serenoa. So, you were here after all.
Ah, Benedict. It would seem word has reached the people already.
Does anyone else miss the days of bleepy voices rather than fully voiced pixel games? You mean like Golden Suns? blah, 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 blah. Kind of like that.
You can thank Eridor for that. He couldn't refrain from blabbing the news to anyone who would listen. I'll have a talk with him after.
This is a momentous day, not merely for our domain, but for all of Glenbrook. I do not think it possible to keep it a secret.
It is a bit strange to see dialogue in this kind of game, but it's fine with me. You do not like games that look like this but have fully voice casts. It is strange.
This is well and true, my lord, but you must consider your betrothed's lineage.
I'm well aware of the situation, Benedict. I cannot say for sure what repercussions this may have. What I do know is that the people rejoice for us and harbor hope for the future. As the future Lord of House Wolfort, I must rise to the occasion.
Bye, creative name. See you next time. Have a good day, alright?
Fine resolve, my lord. As House Steward, I will do all in my power to assist.
Thank you, Benedict. It is heartening to have the support of my father's right-hand man.
Shall we head to the port then, my lord?
So soon? I had thought we would have more time.
The river's waters have risen with the heavy rainfall earlier this week. And given the wind, I think it likely that Esfrost's ship will arrive ahead of schedule.
You never cease to amaze. Very well then, let us be on our way.
Did you hear about the Golden Sun update? It's gonna be remastered, and there's gonna be nothing different except everyone will be voiced. Same for the first Pokemon game. Only the first one, though. Selecting event markers in the world map will advance the story. There are two types of events, main and sub. Main events are crucial to the plot, while sub events are entirely optional, but will disappear from the map as the story progresses. Selecting event markers on the map will advance the story. Oh. Okay. Press X button to open the main menu where you can view things. Autosave feature. Yeah. Looks like we only have one thingy now. Can I save the game? Yeah. Hey, you can save this game 10 times. Whoops. Oh, I saved on the wrong one. Curse it all. How do I delete a save file now? Well, alright. Pokemon Green version? Yes. Pokemon Sap Green is gonna be the name of that. And the Golden Sun remake will be called Golden Sun Voice of the Sun.
I thank you for the escort. You are free to go.
But Lady Frederica, there is no one here to receive you.
He will be along shortly, no doubt. If I have heard true, he is not the type to keep a lady waiting.
By your leave, then. We wish you everlasting happiness, my lady.
Thank you. I shall work hard, both for my new home and for my motherland. Please let brother, the Archduke, know that.
As you command, my lady. We leave the rest to you, Gila.
I shan't let you down.
Golden Sun, Burn a Nation. Golden Sun, Sunharder. Looks great. Kind of want to see Final Fantasy VI with these graphics.
Phew, Glenbrook at last. Finally, we can take a moment of respite from our long journey.
Or Chrono Trigger.
That said, it would seem we've arrived ahead of schedule.
Hey, that can be 2 more games with voice
I
acting
much prefer it to being late.
in the future.
This is a momentous day for Esfrost, and for the entire realm. We cannot afford to make a bad first impression.
I agree, which is why we cannot have you looking so tense. Why don't we go for a bit of a stroll?
Look at the way the
A
water
fine
looks.
idea. After all, this may be the last time in a while that I am free to do as I please.
I love it.
Most are not inclined to grant liberty to one of Rosellan heritage, such as me.
The jewel! You'll have FF6 remade in this style. It would look so good.
You brought that pendant with you?
Of course. It is the only memento I have of my mother.
Oh, stop whining. They're just rocks.
Thank you kindly, little lady. Letting a whole boatload of guards go back home was a stroke of genius. We heard tell you'd be here, and we wanted to be the ones to welcome you.
The winds of fortune are blowing today, aren't they, Pa?
The South shall rise again.
Stand back, Frederica. I shan't let them have you.
What? We're stuck in a game? Ah, crud. Is it battle time? Ooh, recommended level 2. You can see the whole map, by the way. Oh, look at these letters. Imagine living on one of these letters here. That'd be crazy. Imagine if that one old game, Live Alive, would be remade in this graphics as well. Oh wait, it is being remade in these graphics. Yay! And yes, I never played that game before, but I will. For shizzle.
What do you intend to do with us?
Make you our little hostages is all. And wring every last coin out of the duchy and House Wolfort.
What's with that pink hair, though? Ya Rosellan? And that lady looks like she's from Hyzant. Did we go after the wrong boat?
Impossible! Ship was full of Esfrosti soldiers.
Enough! I am without a doubt.
It's the hero! Woohoo!
Have you bandits no shame? Attacking 2 innocent women?
And just who in the hell are you?
In Norzelia, 3 major guiding convictions prevail: unity, morality, and liberty. These take the form of invisible parameters that are influenced by the choices you make throughout the game. Decision will shape Serenoa's convictions as well as influence which companions may choose to join his cause. That's gonna be interesting. Who are you exactly? A common band of common brigands from the looks of it. You needn't know who. Surrender now and we can resolve this peacefully. You two bear a striking resemblance. Might you be father and daughter? We'll make a good guess and say you're related.
You two bear a striking resemblance. Might you be father and daughter?
You got that right. This is Trish, my pride and joy. She's a chip off the old block, ain't she?
Minus the stench and the hairy arms, maybe.
You wound me, girl! That was supposed to be a compliment.
Now
If
fight
you
each other.
prefer, we'll leave you alone to settle your family dispute.
You're the whole reason we're quarreling, you dolt!
Exactly! You're about to pay for messing with Travis, the Bandit King!
Our foe has lost their composure. Well done, my lord.
Enough of this! You'll regret ruining our plans!
To arms, my lord.
Stand back, the both of you.
No, we fight together. I brought this upon us through my indiscretion. Pray allow me to help.
My lady.
I am the teacher of the arcane arts, and Frederica is a most apt pupil.
I can assure you we shan't be a burden.
Shan't.
Then I ask for your support from the back lines.
Shanteth.
And you shall have it.
Why didn't you tell me you were having such fun? I would have joined you sooner. What are you doing here? Let us talk later. Now, I believe we have some lawless ruffians to rouse.
Kill. Do you want to see a game with a map like this where the letters on the map are actually part of the scenery? Kind of like the Hollywood sign? That would be cool. Aids comrades with various support abilities. Alters the turn order of the allies. Benedict's aptitude. Okay. A pyromancer whose fire ignites chaos. Cast sweeping spells. Use fire spells to set flammable squares ablaze. HP recovery magic. Healing spells are more effective on allies in mortal danger. My lord, have you ever heard of Fire Emblem before? Because that's what this battle style will be like. But the last game, it was a turn-based game. No! Oh, forget it. I like Fire Emblem. Let's go.
I hope you adults are ready to learn a hard lesson. You'll need more than numbers to beat us.
Their confidence is admirable, at least. Orders, my lord?
Give them no quarter. We cannot allow brigands to have the run of Wolfort.
Just who are these people anyway?
Now, Benedict.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. From behind. That's what it's like in Fire Emblem 2, right? Attacks from behind do more damage.
Think you got what it takes to best my family? Fools, the lot of you. Hope you're ready.
Uh-oh, he's going
Give
first.
him a fight, men. Distinguish yourself in battle and you'll receive your due reward.
Blue panels, purple panels, and red lines. Red panels, yellow panels. Cool.
We do not take kindly to thievery here in Wolfort. You will pay for your crimes.
FF Tactics, oh yeah, that's a game too.
Defeat is not an option.
This is Square that made this game, after all. Oh, look at that, you can see, like the eyes. On the menu... Abilities consume TP, unit regains 1 TP at the start of their turn. Items lab, command menu, actions thingy. Yeah. Attack. Do it.
You think you're all high and mighty, huh? Well, we'll show you we're no slouches ourselves. We're just trying to make a living here.
Our land has no place for those who disregard the law. I see a path to victory.
So what do? Raging Beast, end turn and then Cane Sword. Let's try going here. Let's try Raging Beast. Can I not do it? Raging Beast. Oh, raise an ally's strength is what that is. Oh, okay. So that's what it is.
All for victory.
Our victory is assured. Charge!
Cool. As for you, mister, you just go behind him.
Huh! Yes!
Yeah. performed a backstab.
Shall we make it a contest, my friend? Let us see who brings down more of these ruffians.
I think not. Whatever would I tell your father if harm were to befall you?
These are no ordinary men.
No ordinary men's. Yeah, there's no countering in this game.
Let us remain calm and clear-headed. That is our surest path to victory. Let me heal your wounds.
So this is more like Final Fantasy? This is more like the final of the fantasy. Oh man, they're all gonna attack her. Cure wounds. Yeah, she's a little far. You just walk there and turn. Choose which way the user will face. Okay, that's how that works.
We must defend ourselves from this danger that threatens us. Allow me.
So yes, this is in fact more like Scorch. This is more like what? This is more like a tactics game.
With the powers in me.
Yeah. Looks like Fire Emblem, behaves like Final Fantasy. 2 worlds, 1
Impossible.
thing. Go!
From where shall we strike?
Fudge. Delay turn. This one does more damage. Right? Yeah. Oh no, this one does. Okay, so this is less. This one might miss. Just do this move.
On your guard.
Yay!
Charge!
Will I be level grinding in this game, by the way? Probably. When it comes to tactical games, I'm not the best, sadly.
Brace yourself! Did you see that?
Those that know me know I like to just charge in. Charge in battle and go crazy. Follow-up attack. When an enemy check from a physical attack, allies on the opposite side of the enemy will perform a follow-up attack. Okay.
Shall we begin?
Cool. So I can do a follow-up? Cure wounds! Can I move, I wonder? Cure... Hang on. Let me go here. And then do cure wounds.
Allow me.
Abuse backstabs? Yes. That's something I make sure to do a lot in, like, every game. Every single game that has attack. Okay, that's Trish. That's a bad guy.
Your defense is weak.
You've left yourself open.
I performed a follow-up. Yay! Oh.
I will end this.
Scorch. Can I scorch like these 3? I think I can. Just try it out.
Heed my call.
Boom. Nice. Nice. Fallen enemies occasionally drop spoils. Ending an ally's turn on the square containing the spoils. To claim it, enemies can claim spoils, so beware. On rare occasions, they'll drop boxes with cool things. Allies don't need to pick up these items; they are automatically acquired. Spoils cannot be used, but you gotta win. And if you don't win, then you'll die. Yeah, the fireball principle. Uh-oh. Oh, he's tossing me.
Did you see that?
I saw that. That was scary, mister.
Be gone. For the honor of House Wolf.
Oh, I should have went. I should have went. All right. Just thought you should know that. Longsword. Kill.
This ends here.
Follow my lead.
Yay! Oh crap.
Ha!
Ha ha ha! Sucker.
Yeah.
That's
That
not.
worked, huh?
That's not good.
Let us pry out their weakness.
What's that? 8? We'll do 8 damage.
Your defense is just as I planned.
One more.
That was like barely any damage
Cool
there,
heads
but
shall
that's
prevail.
fine. Man, you have a lot of health. You have a lot of health, girl. You're the healer, right? You better not, you know. Cure wounds! How come I can't cure wounds? Let's try going here, maybe. Right? Yeah, here we go. 8d6 damage in a 20-foot radius.
I fight for peace.
This is D&D now. This is D and the D now. Oh, I don't have enough to do the thing, I don't think. I need 1. Thought I have 1. Maybe I don't have 1. Tomb of Fire.
Forgive me.
Ow! This is gonna be rough. Oof.
Do now.
Oof.
You don't stand a chance. Yes.
Do more damage.
For the honor
We're
of
so
House Wolford.
so close. Let's keep attacking her, I guess. Delayed strike, do physical damage to a single enemy and delay its turn. That might be good.
Wait your turn.
Damn, that hurt.
Damn that
There is
hurt.
no mercy on
What
the
the heck, man? I have an idea.
Damn, that hurt.
Too slow.
There we go.
Let me heal your wounds.
Yeah, I should do that probably. Let's, I think it's her that needs healing, right? I mean, maybe she can survive one more hit. Screw it, I'm gonna heal her.
Allow me.
I can keep fighting.
Alright,
I
big
fight
guy's
for
turn.
peace.
Oh no, it's, my turn. Never mind. Let's scorch this guy. She's
the
resistant. I
power
just
in
noticed
me.
Trish is resistant to, that.
We will make our ideals reality.
Yeah, come over here, buddy.
Let my guard down. Perfect opportunity. No.
Oh my gosh.
That worked,
You're
huh?
ready.
Uh-oh, uh-oh, uh-oh. Trouble.
It's not over yet.
Trouble, trouble. Die.
Be gone. Forward.
Alright, she needs to go. This girl needs to go, like right now.
Ow!
To lead, I must grow.
I see a path to victory.
Wait, what's the percentage? 96? It's fine.
You are overconfident. My knowledge grows deeper.
You'll rue this day, you bastards!
Language? Sheesh.
We've been weakened.
Alright, let's cure her wounds now.
Allow me.
She's gonna die. The drawn portraits are phenomenal. These things here. These are quite nice.
I will end this.
I will end this. I'm gonna get very close though, and then I will end this. I actually can't do a thing, so... yeah, you win this time.
My turn.
Man.
You see that? Let's do now.
What a jerk. I'm gonna collect this item here.
From where shall we strike?
Alright, let's get closer.
There is no mercy on the battlefield.
Looks like he'll go for that guy. So we're gonna do that, actually.
It is time to strike.
Our victory is assured.
There we go. We'll see if you're even,
Cool heads shall
like,
prevail.
stronger now.
I fight for peace.
But do you fight for PS? Scorch.
With the powers in me.
I can still move too. That's cool.
This won't be easy.
Alright. Down we go.
Where shall we strike?
Let's strike this guy. Let's do a delayed strike as well.
Wait your turn. That hit the mark.
Cool heads shall prevail.
Yes. Let's cure your
Be
wounds.
at ease. You have
Look
my
at me.
gratitude.
Look at my amazing triangle strategies right now. Ow. What a gentleman.
I see a
What a
path.
gentleman this guy is. Kill.
Let me show you what I've learned.
Can't use Tomb of Fire, sadly, but
Do now.
I'll get me spoils. Here comes the horse guy.
Where shall we strike?
You're dead, mister. Let's do delayed strike again.
Wait your turn. That hit the mark.
Let us pry out their weakness.
Normal attack
Your
for
defense is
you.
weak.
How come you're not doing a follow-up?
I shall do what I can.
Like, do a follow-up, bro. Come on. Cure wounds. We'll cure you again. Spinning around like a swing
Tides are
dancer.
turning.
I know, right?
I fight for peace.
You fight for peace, and you fight for burning that guy alive.
Heed my call.
Almost.
This won't be easy.
Hey, buddy. How you doing? You're dead now.
Ends here. Damn it all! This can't be.
For my kingdom.
Well, I did it. Beat the game. We won. Large HP recovery, pellet, and iron. And kudos. Woo! I win! I won! I'm the best! Woo!
Wait, I know that face! That's the Wolfort Lordling!
What's that you say?
Wolfort? It can't be.
What are they doing here so damn soon?
This ain't what we planned for. Let's get out of here.
See ya.
For a bunch of no-good thieves. At least they know when they're in over their heads.
I would have preferred to apprehend them and see them atone for their crimes, but so be it.
Your bride-to-be is safe. Isn't that what matters?
My bride-to-be.
My sincerest apologies. I had no idea we were being trailed by bandits. But where are my manners? I am Frederica of the Grand Duchy of Esfrost. I have come to fulfill our agreement. I am honored to join you in marriage, and to call House Wolfort my new home.
The honor and pleasure is mine, Lady Frederica. Pray forgive me for not introducing myself sooner.
To think you'd fight at each other's side in battle before exchanging your vows. Though, I dare say that it bodes well for Wolford that its new lord and lady make such a fine team.
Huh?
Your Highness! Here you are. Why, the entire Kingsguard has been scouring the land for you.
Did you sneak out of the castle again, Roland?
When I heard my best friend's betrothed was arriving in Glenbrook, I simply couldn't miss the occasion.
While we appreciate the sentiment, perhaps you should have said something to the king.
Hey, Fire Skyrim. I got booped. Thank goodness. This is 3 Angles Strategy. How you doing today?
I'm the least of my dear father's concerns.
Can you believe I'm playing a new game? Ain't that crazy?
Though I suspect Huette will think otherwise. I suppose I'd best be on my way back.
Huette? It's like Hugh, but the girl version.
Rest easy, my fair Lady Frederica. You are in good hands here.
If you ever want like a lazy girl name, just add "et" at the end of any name.
I look forward to celebrating your union. Till we meet again.
How you doing, Hellfire Skyrim? How you doing? You're playing Smash.
His ring bore the insignia of Glenbrook's royal family. Could that have been...
Prince Roland, King Regna's younger son.
So a lord and a prince drove off a band of brigands by their own hand. What a fascinating nation we've come to, Frederica.
This is Gila, my tutor and attendant.
Famed is the martial prowess of the Wolforts. It was an honor to be able to witness it firsthand.
Allow me to introduce myself. I am Serenoa of House Wolfort. And this is Benedict, trusted steward of my family.
It is my honor to serve Lord Serenoa in any and all matters.
On behalf of House Wolfort, I welcome you to our domain.
You may think this is an odd question, my lord, but I ask it nonetheless. What does the color of my hair mean to you?
Anime! If it is not too forward of me to say so, I find it most beautiful. I find your courage more noteworthy than your appearance. You held your own out there on the battlefield. I think it nothing to be surprised about. We have Rosalie living in our very dimens. Where's the 4th option? You're an anime! We'll do this one. Appearance is secondary. You are a tough lady.
I find your courage more noteworthy than your appearance. You held your own out there on the battlefield.
You flatter me, my lord. I apologize if I was out of line.
Far from it. House Wolfort values the strength and courage of one and all.
I have lived a sheltered life in Esfrost, but I promise I will do all in my power to make myself useful.
That makes 2 of us. Fortunately, there is plenty of time for us to learn together.
Yes, together.
Lady Frederica, everyone awaits. Allow us to escort you back to Castle Wolfort.
Thank you, Benedict. It would be my honor.
You like the sound of that name? Too many syllables. Her voice actor is so limp, Sarah Noah's. So what's limp? Is that a good thing or a bad thing? What's going on? Who's that? Who's that? Who's that guy?
Noah of Glenbrook's House Wolford and Frederica of Esfrost will unite in marriage to strengthen the ties between their two nations.
Something's gonna ruin it.
In doing so, the newfound allies hope to hold their own in the face of Hyzant's salt monopoly, which continues even now, decades after the war. Who could have known that this was but a prelude to an uprising that would engulf all of Norzelia in the flames of war?
Encampment! Provisioner! Select encampment from the main menu to access the army camp. Additional features will be unlocked as the story progresses. Progresses. Alright. We have a little side mission down here too. Cool. I wonder if there's a level grinding section. No infliction. You can tell he's reading from a script. It doesn't sound too bad. Compared to Trials of Mana, it's not too bad. Speaking of Trials of Mana, I haven't played the other 3 characters in that game yet. Maybe one day I should return to that game. Maybe.
Wherever did my fool brother run off to? I explicitly told him I wanted him here when we welcome our guests.
It would seem Prince Roland shrugged off the King's Guard and went on a little excursion, as he's wont to do. I swear it's as if the boy exists to drive us mad.
He is an embarrassment to our family.
I hate him. Let's kill him.
No matter. I will see to matters myself.
Your honored guests have arrived, Your Highness.
Thank goodness for honored guests, huh?
I see new faces among them. I trust you can tell me more, Claris.
But of course, Your Highness.
I almost forgot to ask. Is there an echo, guys, or no?
The woman over there is General Avlora of Esfrost. Her prowess in battle is such that some say she is the second coming of Groma Ironfist, hero of the Salt Iron War. If the rumors of her strength are true, she is more likely to emerge victorious than any but the Dawnspear himself.
So she's a toughie.
Over there is Minister Exham Marshall of the Holy State of Hyzant. He is the newest appointee to the Saintly Seven, and has been placed in charge of the military and diplomatic affairs. 'Tis a rise to prominence nigh unheard of for one so young.
This is the Blue Lions class. The red team was the red, whatever the red team was called, and the yellow team is approaching now.
A general of the Grand Duchy and Hyzant's young home. I imagine this will not be the last I hear of them.
Yellow. Oh.
I know this man. Sourcelay End of Hyzant, yes?
Yeah, these are also blue people.
Just so, my lord. As you doubtless know, he is the Holy State's Minister of Salt. A prestigious position, though it is said he feels threatened by Minister Exham of late.
Minister of Salt, or a Minister of Salt. Sounds like a title made for me.
So even the great monolith that is the Holy State is not immune to internal strife. Thank you, Claris. I can see they were not wrong to tap you to lead the consortium.
As the officially appointed bookmaker for the tournament, it would not do for me to be ignorant of the combatants.
Your Highness, Lord Thalos and Lady Erica. brother and sister of the Archduke, have arrived. They will be joining the festivities in Archduke Gustadolf's stead.
Word has it that Lord Thalos has been appointed Prime Minister, which would make him the second most influential individual in all of Esfrost.
Archduke Gustadolf is said to prize freedom more than anything. It would seem that includes the freedom to put his own family above all.
With all due respect, Your Highness, the decisions of another nation are their own. Do take care not to say anything that might offend our new allies.
You need not remind me, Patriot. I know there is little to be gained from quarreling with Esfrost's ruling family.
But yeah, is there any echo, guys? Can someone tell me if there's an echo or not with the voices? Oh, there's the yellow. It was us all along.
Honored guests, I am Franny, Crown Prince of Glenbrook. It is an honor to welcome you to our kingdom in my father's stead. I can assure you we have spared no effort in preparing for tomorrow's festivities. Let us ring in this new age of alliance together.
Look at the flag waving, by the way, in the wind. Good stuff.
Though I imagine some may be too occupied awing us with their prowess in the tourney to enjoy the revelry themselves. Allow me to escort you to Whiteholm Castle, where the ceremony will take place, whenever you're ready.
Okay. We got a lot of new characters. A lot of new characters named. There's gonna be a lot of people in this game, I feels.
Prince Roland, finally you return.
At ease, Huette. I trust all was well in my absence.
Huette.
Well enough. Another visit to the Wolfort domain, was it?
Indeed, on minor business. My apologies for leaving unannounced.
Apologies indeed. You know full well that I am under strict orders from your father to accompany you on any excursions outside the castle.
I'm perfectly capable of taking care of myself. Besides, no one would lose any sleep if something happened to me. Father and Franny used to. Even Cordelia would get along perfectly fine without her brother.
Well, I would not. Or have you forgotten that you are my one and only sworn liege?
Huette. Forgive me, truly. It won't happen again.
I should hope not. So it is true that you plan to fight in the tourney on the morrow, and alongside House Wolfort, no less.
How did you...
You two fight now.
His Grace told me, when he commanded me to keep you out of trouble.
So Father knew all along.
And so I have decided to fight at your side. You won't be slipping away on my watch this time.
Oh.
As you wish.
Well, ain't that nice? Alright, there we go. So anytime we see a little side story, we'll just click that button there. Let's see if we can do encampment. On the thing, you can do the thing. I can walk around here finally. I can walk around. Ah, if it isn't Lord Serenoa, how do you do? The humble merchant has brought its finest selection of goods from across the realms. Please have a look. Yeah. I gotcha. Bye. Give me your best something or other. HP recovery. Iron. Required to learn rank 1 weapons abilities. Okay. Well, I think I'm good for now. But I'll be sure to come back here when the time comes. Let's see the roster. Ooh, you're level 1 still. Everyone else is level 2. inventory. Iron. War Chronicles. Path traveled. This screen will allow you to view the summary of the story so far. 1. Let's save the game again, by the way. There we go. Ooh, look at the fire. That's that fire that I like in this game. Alright, let's get out of here. Spoils! And what was the other thing? Inventory? Yeah, inventory. Alright, let's just do the next one. In we go to the castle.
Welcome back, the both of you.
Were there any troubles while we were out?
None to speak of, aside from Eridor here. But what else is new?
Out with it, Benedict! I heard you were beset by brigands. Is the young lord safe?
My name is Booming Man. Bah!
Lower your voice. Must you always shout so?
I am positively booming.
Or can't you see that it was that big mouth of yours that invited trouble in the first place?
There is no cause for concern, Eridor. Besides, I'm not a child anymore.
Mayhap not, my lord. But I've known you since you were knee-high to a... never you mind. And this must be the young lord's bride-to-be.
I am Frederica. It is a pleasure and honor to meet you all.
And I am Gila, her attendant. Pleased to make your acquaintance.
Allow me to introduce those in service of House Wolfort. This is Eridor, Master-at-Arms and Commander of our military forces.
You'll be the lady of House Wolfort. No harm will befall you as long as I'm around.
And this is Anna, my right hand.
If you require anything, just say the word.
They may not be of my blood, but they are my family just the same, and from this day on, they are your family as well.
I am aware that in all of Glenbrook, House Wolfort is second only to the royal family in power and influence. I will do my best not to disappoint you.
A joyous day this is! The little lord grew up and found himself the perfect bride. Nah, it brings a tear to my eye.
His voice certainly does carry.
Sorry, my lady, but you'll have to get used to it.
I am... I am Booming Man after all.
My lord, your father awaits you in his chambers. As for me, I must stay and discuss the preparations for tomorrow's festivities with Anna and Eridor.
Lady Frederica, pray come with me. Father is expecting us.
Yay! Alright. Your internet exploded for a minute. I was wondering. Strike enemies from the shadows. Takes 2 actions in the same turn. Can conceal herself from enemies' eyes. Shields allies with superb defense capabilities. Draws counterattacks when dealt physical blow by an adjacent enemy. Cool. Friggin' Spectrum. I know. I think I used to praise Spectrum.
As you are well aware, there are 2 events of utmost importance to be conducted before Lord Serenella and his bride are wed.
For all them anime networks. Since you're here now, Captain Chips, is the voices echoing at all?
The ceremony to commemorate the joint mining venture.
Still can't believe I'll be seeing the day when we break ground on a new mine right here in Glenbrook. And with the full support of Esfrost and Hyzant, no less.
No whisper or no echo. Huzzah! Huzzah!
You can thank King Regnant for that. It was by his most wise and generous proposal that the three nations of Norzelia now strive toward a common goal. Needless to say, delegates from each nation will be joining in the festivities.
From the Grand Duchy of Esfrost, Lord Dragan Esfrost, who is overseeing the technical side of the mining operations. The Holy State of Hyzant will be represented by Minister Lila Viscraft of the Saintly Seven. And our own Lord Simon will serve as Glenbrook's delegate and meet with the two before the ceremony. Yes?
Yeah, quite so. After that, it will be House Wolfort's responsibility to see that our honored guests feel welcome. Anna, I would trust you safeguarding both Lord Dragan and Minister Lila.
Consider it done.
Then once that stuffy ceremony is over, we can get to the real highlight of the day. The tourney! Ah, my blood's already rushing, just envisioning the greatest warriors from all the realm clashing swords.
From Esfrost, the much-renowned General of Laura. And from Hyzant, Minister Exham Marshall. I have heard much of his prowess as well.
Then, of course, there's our reigning victor, the pride of Glenbrook, Sir Maxwell the Dawnspear. Still, I wish him all the best of luck against their hosts. They'll need it to beat House Wolfort.
On that matter, there are two things I should make clear. Prince Roland has expressed a desire to join the tourney as a member of House Wolfort's contingent.
Yeah, let's do it.
Why would the boy want to fight with us and not his own arms master?
Apparently, he originally formally requested to do just that, but King Regna would not allow it.
And so he came to the young lord in hopes of finding another way in. Well, he's more than welcome in my book. The royal family said we're free to put together our own contingent after all. I reckon His Majesty would be beside himself with joy if we could deliver a beating to Esfrost and Hyzant.
Doubtless so. Very well. I shall inform the prince that he is welcome in our ranks.
Finally, there is the matter of Lord Simon's health?
Indeed. Sadly, the Lord of the House is in no condition to participate in the tourney. Barring some miracle, I anticipate that Lord Serenoa will have to fight in his Lord Father's stead.
Lord Simon. I suppose age takes its toll on even the mightiest of men. So be it then. You can leave watching over the young lord and Prince Roland to me.
Good. I remind you that while this is a joyous occasion, all of our attendees have their own reasons for coming. Let us not give them an opportunity to catch us unaware.
Alright, can I win tourney? Whenever you make a typo, Captain Chips, just say that your cat stepped on the keyboard. I'll believe you. I'll just say, alright, I believe you. Fair enough, fine. Not that he, of course, would, but still. I'm on level... I was gonna say I'm on chapter 2, but no, I'm on level 2 now. Alright, let's do it.
Father, I bring to you my betrothed, the Lady Frederica.
A pleasure to meet you, my lord. I am Frederica of House Esfrost.
Ho ho, the pleasure is all mine.
Were it not for the efforts of House Wolfort, the Saltiron War would rage on still today. I do not deserve the honor of joining your esteemed family, but I will endeavor to serve you all the same.
There is no need for such formalities, my girl. You are tired from your journey, I am sure. Pray rest easy tonight.
Thank you, my lord. I believe that in any journey, the first step is the most important. Before we go forward together, I should like to know why you chose to welcome one of Rosellan blood, such as I.
Oh, I'd heard you were a strong-willed one.
Pray forgive my insolence. And yet, I am set to marry into a mighty house of a foreign nation. I should like to know what you wish of me, that I might live up to your expectations.
A most reasonable request. Both of you, listen well.
Yes, Father.
That's my dad.
Your marriage was agreed upon by Glenbrook and Esfrost, that the ties between our two nations might be strengthened.
To give us more leverage against Hyzant with their monopoly over salt.
Precisely. With Glenbrook and Esfrost consolidating their power, Hyzant was left with little choice but to join the alliance. And yet, while Lady Frederica is indeed the Archduke's sister, at the same time she is the daughter of a Rosellan concubine. And House Wolford, for all our military prowess, is no more than a bannerman of the king. If the aim was to forge the strongest bond we could between our two nations...
It would be far more appropriate for my sister, Lady Erica, to wed the Crown Prince of Glenbrook.
Just so, yet neither nation chose that. And do you know why?
Why?
So that if relations between our two countries were to take a turn for the worse...
we could be cast away like pawns.
Precisely. Such are the schemes of those who rule nations.
I understand now. And yet, no matter how impure the intentions behind this arrangement may be, I will not bring dishonor to the Wolfort name.
Well said, my son. If that is your decision, then...
Oh no.
Father!
Is now the time?
Lord Simon!
I am an old man, and my health is not what it once was. For this reason and more, I have made my decision.
Poison? No, he's just old.
As of
Sickly-ish.
this day, I abdicate my position as Lord of House Wolfort.
Would one say that getting old is poisonous?
You will serve in my stead from tomorrow forth, my son.
But, Father, I am not ready to...
My decision is not made lightly. You have already shown me, with your words and your deeds, that you are more than ready. Think always about what your subjects need from you. Weigh your choices carefully, then take action. Do so, and I have no doubt you will make a great lord. And trust in Benedict. He shall serve you as well as he did me.
Thank you, Father. I will spare no effort that one day I may be as beloved by our people as you.
Lady Frederica, your fate is not a simple one. There are many who would try to use the both of you as pawns in their own schemes. Even so, I hope that you will be there to support my son through it all, as his wife, but also as your own person. This is House Wolfort's entreaty, and the wish of a father.
Of course, my lord. It was my intention from the moment I boarded the ship.
Beg pardon, my lord, but Lord Dragan and Minister Lila have arrived.
Very well. presiding over tonight's banquet will be my final duty as Lord of the House. Tomorrow's ceremony will mark the beginning of yours, my son. And after that will be your wedding. Rest well tonight, both of you, for busy days lie ahead.
Ha 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 ha. There's a lot of dialogue in this game, I've noticed. Guess there's a lot of story. Lots of story. I'll take it though. We'll take story.
"30 years after the Salt Iron raged across Norzelia, a vein of precious minerals was unearthed in the kingdom of Glenbrook. From east to west, joy swept the land. United at last in common cause, the kingdom of Glenbrook, the Grand Duchy of Esfrost, and the holy state of Hyzant endeavored to wrest this bounty from the earth, with each nation providing expertise and resources. This uneasy alliance between once bitter enemies will herald a new era of tranquility in this long embattled realm. One after another, dignitaries from each nation arrive in Glenbrook to solidify this accord and toast to its success, the first step on the road to peace.
I remember Tactics Advance 2. It's been many years since I played that game. Some dialogues go on for like 10 minutes. Feels like the dialogue has gone like longer for this particular game. I'm not complaining, I'm just noticing that. Three Houses does much the same.
Among those who would forge this road is Serenoa Wolffort. Inheriting the title of Lord Wolffort from his father Simon, he must decide what foundation he would lay for this new era.
To arms, brave warriors! I kind of wish that's how each chapter would be read off. Like in the old Pokemon days.
Welcome to Castle Wolffort, Minister Lila.
Today's episode, To Arms, Brave Warriors.
Allow me to express my gratitude to the Holy State. Were it not for your nation's generous efforts, this venture would never have come to fruition.
You are too kind, Lord Simon. You too have served an invaluable role in this. Though I must admit, the news of the union between your son and Lady Frederica came as quite the surprise. None in Hyzant considered that a bannerman of Glenbrook would join with the ruling family of Esfrost. I hear that Lady Frederica is the Archduke's half-sister. I must ask, how did this arrangement come to be?
Your curiosity is only natural. This union was promised during the war, an arrangement made with the previous Archduke. Truth be told, I am surprised one as well informed as yourself did not already know.
And this is your son, as I recall.
Serenoa Wolffort, at your service, Minister.
And I am Frederica Esfrost.
My son still has much to learn, but I believe this marriage will herald a bright future for us all. For today, I intend to step down and leave House Wolffort in Serenoa's capable hands.
You're abdicating your position? Surprising news comes in pairs, I see. Nonetheless, I am happy for you both. I imagine the lords and ladies at tonight's banquet will take great interest in the new Lord Wolffort. As will I.
Pray, go easy on the boy, my lady.
I hear that young Lord Dragan of Esfrost shall also be in attendance.
What if this game was actually, or is actually, an HD 2D visual novel? What if that's the twist? That one battle at the beginning, that was the only battle.
Indeed. He has been appointed to oversee operations at the Grand Orzellian mines. I understand his star in Esfrost has seen a meteoric rise.
Good. I would like to hear more of this new explosive substance he means to use to blast the tunnels. As a fellow scholar of sorts, if in a different field, I am always curious to learn how great discoveries are made.
He should have arrived by now. Has anyone seen him?
Dragan's gone to see the city. He was halfway there before the gangplank landed on the docks.
Ah, he is your cousin, yes? I see we share an innate curiosity for new places.
The banquet will begin soon. I shall seek him out and escort him there.
Very good. Though I will host tonight's festivities, I want you to act as if you're already Lord of the House. Our guests are the most esteemed personages of their respective nations. Take care not to cause offense.
Of course, Father.
This will now be a keep everyone happy simulator. Keep your guests happy in this fun minigame. Oh my gosh, there's no voice acting. Lord Dragon could be anywhere. I suppose this is as good as opportunity as any to speak with the common folk. Multiple phases. In addition to story scenes and battles, there will be exploration phase. This phase, you move freely about the areas to gather information from the people around you, obtain items, review mechanisms and terrain feature, may serve you in battle, and more. And do all that stuff. Gotcha. Wow! I can walk around the city now. I hear tell Prince Roland is shirking his duties at the castle once again. Thank heavens that shiftless child isn't in line for the crown. I know, right? What a jerk that guy is. Oh, I love these graphics, guys. I am in touch with attending you at the ceremony tomorrow, my lord. May it be a joyous occasion for all. I'm eager to hear your speech and even more eager to see you triumph at the tourney. I want to see all, like, 2D games with a remake like this. I sense you may have some questions regarding this joint mining venture. Allow me to enlighten you. Combining the expertise and manpower in Norzellia's 3 nations, this mine will unearth the newly discovered vein of iron. We hope this will prove beneficial for all parties, providing wealth and prosperity in equal measure. It is said Lord Dragon's knowledge of ironworking is peerless. I could think of none more suited to oversee the mine's development. Anyway, later. HP pellet! Woo! Saw something sparkling there. To see the peace we enjoy now, one would never think but 30 years ago, our realm was engulfed in war. The Saltiran War seemed not... Oh, the Salt Iron War seemed not but a far-off nightmare now. It was horrible, horrible. I lost me auntie. I lost me... Oh, book. Added Marvels of Norzella Volume 8 to the thing. You will find notes as the game progresses. Cool. Yeah, another Marvel thing. Greetings, my lord. My friends and I are playing hide and seek. One time I was hiding, and they couldn't find me for 3 whole days. By your request, Benedict, and I shall take part in the tourney. May we bring victory to the House Wolf Fort. What's this now? You gotta pay attention to glowy areas. Wait. Oh, it's a kitty. Who's a good kitty cat? I saw Captain Chips's cat today. I saw that cat. Today's a good day for cats. There's been nothing amiss, my lord. Another quiet day. I'll talk to the exclamation point people last. My husband works from dawn till dusk at the port, lifting crates and who knows what else. It's honest work, though, and the backbone of our livelihood besides. You're welcome. It was a good time. He was a good kitty. He is a good kitty, rather. There's no rest for a young lordling. All eyes will be upon you in the coming days. Frederica and I shall make every effort to learn the lay of the land so that we might share the weight of your duties. Another HP pellet. Good. 300 gold. Currently stepping on your keyboard for several things, including the Kate Sith. This town is prosperous and its people have faith in their lord, an impressive achievement by my experience. You are too kind, Lord Daragan. My apologies, but you are... The apology should be mine. I'm Serenoa Wolfort. I've come to remind you to return to the castle before the banquet begins. Certain parties were quite insistent. Of course, I appreciate the consideration. I would like to explore the town a while longer, but rest assured I shall be punctual in my arrival. Dragoon. I must be ready for the wedding ceremony. What gift would be best to suit the union of you and Lady Frederica? It's an impossible choice. Perhaps an audience with Lord Simon would spark inspiration. Maybe that Kirby game that was in stores. It's coming out soon. If you were to get me that, I would be very happy. I can scarce remember the last time Glenbrook was host to such a marvelous tourney. Who among the nations will win glory, which will be known as the fiercest in all Norzelia? I mean, to be there when history is made. Yeah, we're gonna make history right now. Did I speak to you yet? I still can't believe Travis and his feral spawn attacked your dear bride-to-be like that. I'm just glad we got there before any real harm could be done, my lord. Kinda got there before, but not really. The most esteemed personages from each nation will be attending the ceremony. I hear a veritable melting pot of politics. Such an opportunity to meet and speak with your peers must not be wasted, my lord. I don't want politics in my game. Another HP recovery thingy. I'm getting a lot of these. Alright, what do you want?
We're playing hide and seek till Doc comes home. I need to find a place to hide and quick!
Take care not to hurt yourself. Your father wouldn't want anything bad to happen to you. One of my favorite games. Barrels were always my favorite places to hide. It takes a clever mind to hide. Perhaps you can use that cleverness to help your father when you're older. Good question. All of these feel like good options, but it could lead to bad. If I choose this one, she might be too careful in life. If she hides in a barrel and it breaks, she could be exploded or dead or something. And then if we choose this one, she might like fight her father in a match. We'll try this one. If she gets killed, I'm gonna get ticked.
Barrels? I never would have thought of that, my lord. Hee hee, they'll never find me now.
I speak from experience. They won't, however. They may be even better hiding place to be found around town.
You're right, my lord. I'll find a hiding place no one's ever thought of before.
Are you just gonna stay there, though? Better find a spot. It's just like him to gallivant off with nary a word of farewell. Still, I suppose this is a chance to become acquainted with my future home. How would you describe your town, Serenoa? To know a town, you must take time to relish her company. That's what Eridor told me, in perhaps more colorful words. It's the port at the center of commerce, a town built on taxes, but not at the expense of fair trade. Wolf Fort is nestled safely behind the castle walls. It's a town of peace and sets an example for the rest of the kingdom. Relish your company. Hey, Sandy! Welcome to the stream. Welcome back to the stream. How have you been? Where have you been? How's life treating ya? I haven't known Eridor for long, but those words are undeniably his. Perhaps I ought to take a page out of his book, as I've done regrettably little relishing since I arrived. Still in debt? Uh-oh. In debt with who? Who are you in debt with? You need to push yourself, Frederica. Time is something we do not lack. Once matters have settled, I will give you a tour of Wolffort myself. Thank you, Serenoa. I very much look forward to that. With the Skyblock friend. Ah, that's annoying. You have given me much to consider. How much do you owe this person? Let me leave now. Am I stuck? Is this game over? Game over, guys. Game over, guys. Whoops. So how do I leave now? I could save the game, of course. I talked to everyone, right? Right? I talked to this guy. Ah, royal wedding ceremony. Ah, yes. So where am I going? You shall enjoy it here. Do you think you're gonna like it here, though? I'm pretty sure I talked to everyone. Roster... Hey, you. Make me leave the town now. Let me leave! How do I leave the game? How do I leave the place? Thought there was someone new here for a second. Nope. That was me. This is strange. Menu conclude. Oh, conclude exploration. The banquet will begin soon. Lord Dragon and I had best not arrive late. I'm playing a new game, by the way, Sandy. A brand new game at the banquet.
I thank you for your hospitality today, Lord Serenoa.
Think nothing of it. Did you enjoy the city, Lord Dragan?
Quite. Its people are full of life and love for their lord. That says all I need to know about House Wolffort.
You honor us with your words.
I am only being frank. Frederica is the sister of the Archduke, after all, and my cousin besides. I would not see her marry into an unworthy house. Suffice to say, my expectations were exceeded.
I have heard much of your ingenious contributions to the mining efforts. I sense prosperous days are ahead of us.
As do I. Finally, our nations enter into an age unfettered by war. With Esfrost's iron, Hyzant's salt, and Glenbrook's mediation, there is no limit to what we can achieve. We must regard each other as equals, and forge mutually beneficial relationships.
I sense skepticism in your words, Lord Dragan. Do you mean to imply our relations are not already mutually beneficial?
I need not imply anything. The salt tax you claim makes my case more than clear.
Wolffort, you say? Sheesh, and I thought I was the immature one.
Bold words from one so young. Is that how peers speak to one another?
Also, good one. Hey Joduquium, here for the first day. Hooray! Welcome back, my friend. Welcome to new game. How are you doing?
Perhaps the young ones, yes. What do you think, Lord Serenoa?
Dissatisfaction with the salt tax was one cause of the war, was it not?
Salt is a divine boon, a gift from the goddess to her true believers. This is the foundation of the teachings that guide us in Hyzant. By allying with Esfrost, do you mean to gainsay our most fundamental beliefs?
Of course not, Minister. We understand that the source is Norzelia's sole supply of salt. And we would not deny that it is the Holy State's right to harvest and tax it as you see fit.
Thank you for acknowledging that. Though it strikes me that your words are measured.
You needn't be so non-committal, Lord Serenoa. It is only reasonable that the three of us have differing opinions on the matter.
Oh, you're more tired than usual, need some sleeps. Hey, at least you'll have a good night's sleep tonight if you're tired, huh? I'm doing good, though. I got my Wii U thing to work thanks to Captain Chips. I streamed a hack game, and now I'm streaming this new game.
However, that is all the more reason for us to be open to frank discussion.
Freaking Frank.
Honored guests, pray forgive my son. We of House Wolfort are but simple warriors. I'm afraid matters of finance and politics do not come to us naturally.
Yeah, pretty much full voice acting.
This, however, I can say. We will fight injustice and tyranny wheresoever it may be. Of course, we do not enjoy conflict. Still, we will not hesitate to defend our land and our people should the need arise. No matter how mighty the threat, we will fight for home and kingdom.
Yes, Lord Simone. Of that we are keenly aware.
I apologize if I spoke out of turn, but the fact remains that as every winter passes, the tension between our nations grows, and salt is the cause. The common folk have all but forgotten its taste. I simply want to ease their suffering.
The ministry I oversee is committed to the preservation of life. I personally believe that salt should not be a luxury reserved for the privileged few. All those who live require it, not just those lucky enough to be born within the borders of our holy state.
You agree with me then?
How I feel matters little. In Hyzant, the word of the goddess, as conveyed to us from the lips of the Hierophant, is absolute. But perhaps this joint mining venture of yours may lead to the change you seek.
Indeed, we must set our gazes to the future. All of us. I expect you will be the ones to usher us into a new era.
Yes, Father.
Yes, Father. You got it, Father. If they're running out of salt, by the way, they should make a ye olde McDonald's. That place always has salt. Miles of salt. What's that? Save the game? Good idea. Let's do it. Alright, Whiteholm Castle. Repeat yourself. They don't like the full VA in this games like this. Call me weird, just oddly dissonant.
Father spoke not a single word to me today. Before long, I fear I might forget the sound of his voice.
It is strange. But what if this will just be the new norm now? What if just all games won't have the and just the full voice acting?
Please, sister, you weep and wail like a common girl. Show some composure.
We must move with the times or get left behind with the times. I'll do both.
Father has a kingdom to rule, a kingdom engaged in a historic endeavor. He has more important duties than to pamper a spoiled child.
Yes, of course, brother.
You speak as if Father's duties include anything more than licking the boots of these dignitaries. It is inconceivable he cannot spare the time to break bread with his daughter.
You speak out of insolence and ignorance, Roland.
I speak only the truth. He leaves all the cumbersome tasks to the Wolford to Minister Patria.
A king's word is to be obeyed.
And what of his subjects? Do they exist simply to bring him glory? To take the blame for his failures?
They are to serve as he sees fit.
The hell they are.
Believe as you wish. Speaking of his subjects, it appears lordship of House Wolfort will be passed down to young Serenoa.
What?
How fortunate for you to have a friend in the new lord. Best not take loyalty for granted, however. House Wolfort is obedient enough for now, but that can change as quickly as the wind. Use them well when you can, but be ready to bring down your fist if they dare to rise above their station.
Don't speak of them like lapdogs. They're not servants, they're my friends.
Do you really think to lead with such a soft heart? You are not fit to wear the royal signet.
Stop this fighting at once. You frighten me.
Enough of this.
We'll be at war in chapter 8, we'll say. Don't worry about it.
Where are you going, brother?
To train with Sir Maxwell. I would clear my head. There is a tourney on the morrow, after all.
Brother!
I like the old timey-wimey way of speaking. There's a tourney on the morrow. Let us hasten to our spot. I yield.
Your spear wavers, my prince. Something weighs on your mind.
You've always been able to see through me.
It's no great feat. Your heart lies ever on your sleeve.
Do I hear disapproval in your voice?
Not exactly, my prince. It can be a weakness, yes, but it can also be your strength. After all, sometimes a direct strike is most effective at piercing a formidable defense.
I will take those words to heart, Sir Maxwell. Thank you for today.
The pleasure was mine. I expect a good fight from you tomorrow. In the final match, no doubt.
I take the field with House Wolfort. Together, I have no doubt we can emerge triumphant.
Ah, that would explain your improvement. Young Serenoa is a worthy training partner. Even so, I have no doubt you've held your own against him. Tomorrow you shall show the realm what I already know. That you are a warrior worthy of your family's legacy.
Sir Maxwell, sometimes I wish I wasn't a prince. Sometimes I wish I'd been born your son instead.
Sometimes I wish I could be a lumberjack, leaping from tree to tree.
Surely you jest, Your Highness. Your father is a great king, and an even greater man. It is an honor to serve him as I do.
Apologies. I forget myself. I must have taken quite a blow. Anyhow, I suppose I should rest till the morrow. Be well, Sir Maxwell.
It cannot be easy being the youngest prince. To have others expect nothing from you, yet still shake their heads in disapproval. But you can rise above this, my prince. Seize your chance and lay everyone's doubts to rest once and for all.
Kill them all. Kill everyone you see. What? Nothing. Alright, let's save again. Just in case there's a battle. Let it be known, by the way, guys. Let this be known. 1 hour, 34 minutes in, we'll say, and only one battle has happened so far. There's a lot of story in this game. But hey, I say bring it on. Bring it on, stories.
Now that's what I call a feast. You've landed quite the catch, Frederica. He is a good man. I can see it in his eyes.
That's early game JRPG for you. Wasn't like that in, like, Final Fantasy, though, the first two. Heck, there were battles immediately in the first two. Maybe in more modern days. This is just early.
You are too kind, Lord Dragan. And humble as well. Are you impressed as I, Frederica?
I can tell that your heart is pure and gentle, my lord.
Heck, normally there'd be a battle in Xenoblade Chronicles by now. And that game has 11 hours worth of cutscenes. In the main story alone.
Lady Frederica.
Forgive me if I caused offense. I thought only to return your sincerity in kind.
No apologies are needed. I am happy to meet your approval.
Thank you, my lord.
Words come so easily to the both of you. A perfect match.
Forgive my curiosity. What sort of life did Lady Frederica lead in Esfrost?
Her life? Truth be told, my dear Serenoa, not a pleasant one. Those of Rosellan blood are looked down upon in Esfrost, even if they are the daughter of the Archduke's concubine.
Consider Final Fantasies 4 and 5. There are cutscenes with rather extenuated frequency. Weren't we in like battles though immediately in those two games too? I swear at this point I'd have a Rydia by now in Final Fantasy 4, and Kain would be gone.
Gustadolf's full siblings are the worst of the lot. They have not a shred of human compassion between them.
Let it be known, still not complaining about it. I'm just worrying about it because of, what is it? Level grinding purposes.
They cruelly bully the girl endlessly, regardless of time or place.
I want to be sure I can level grind in this game because I'm so bad with tactical games.
Is this
true? Of course it is. I know Frederica's suffering all too well.
Tales of games? I think in the first Tales game I played, I'd be in the, I'd be past the first, like, dungeon by now, the first section with monsters and stuff. As for Vesperia, I don't remember, actually.
My own father lived ever in the shadow of his elder brother, the former Archduke. Our house, too, is met with sneers by those who consider themselves our betters. But no more! I shall show all those simpering fops that it is not birth that makes greatness, but deeds. And so I did my due research at the archives, that my grand invention shall blast our way forward.
Trigan, please. I believe you've had enough to drink.
You can hardly blame me for availing myself of Glenbrook's finest libations, brought by traders from the realm over. Each cask more exotic than the last. Why, to not partake would be an affront to our newfound allies.
You remember Vesteria? That game would not shut up. I have to check that game out again. It's been a while since I've seen it. This one can't either. You gotta build this story, gotta build this world.
Just make sure your head is clear for tomorrow. Or have you forgotten you're meant to be representing your nation?
Yes, a ceremony to usher in a new age of harmony and prosperity.
Dragonstar Varnir. That one had a lot of dialogue. It was terrible, to be honest. I don't like Fates games. Do you mean Tales games as a whole? But hell, that one was bad. Oh, the Fates games.
I am too young to have known the war, so I see our three nations joining hands more as a matter.
Whoops.
But what of you, my kin-to-be? How do you see our grand cooperative venture?
It is the first step toward true harmony among our three nations. I welcome it. It will benefit all nations involved. I see nothing wrong with that. It's impossible to understand each nation's motivations. I can't say whether this bodes well. We'll do welcome it. You chose the wrong option.
It is the first step towards true harmony among our three nations. I welcome it.
You have chosen the wrong choice. You are now going to get the bad ending. No!
I see. I admire your optimism, even if I cannot say I share it.
I know that old grudges die hard. Still, I choose to believe we can overcome our differences.
Truly, a kind-hearted soul you are. And people are ever eager to follow a kind heart over a wicked one. Yes, I suspect it shall be your strength going forward. In any event, it is always good to have another perspective on matters.
You says honestly, the fates were bad too. My response to that is, you fail to see the quality of the character growth of the subjects of the game. And hopefully that sentence confuses you enough so that I can think of an actual good reason.
Let me tell you what I believe. I believe we're on the cusp of a great achievement. As always, it is the young who must bear the burden of building the future. Old shoulders are frail, old minds stubborn. Whatever lies in our future, those who make it will mark their names in history. And mine will be writ large for all to see! And I would write yours next to it, my dear cousin. Pray, come visit me at the mines once operations are underway, and I shall...
You know, drunk people tend to not shut up, but this guy... Hey, cousin, you want to go bowling after this?
Are you quite alright?
Worry not, Frederica. I'm just a bit tipsy. Perhaps I should just lie.
Hey, the second you said that, Captain Chips, this is happening now.
It would seem Lord Dragan has turned in for the night.
He's dead.
Quite the passionate fellow, isn't he?
That wine was poisoned!
He's never been one to hide his ambition, ever since we were little.
He's bleeding Z's.
Neither does he hide his disapproval of my brother and trueborn siblings.
Feelings which you share?
I grant it would be satisfying to see the sneers of those who look down on me wiped from their faces. But I also agree with Lord Simone that we must set our gazes to the future. Though I know not yet how I might best serve in this new age, I would do what I can.
We are of the same mind in that regard, my lady. Let us ease the weight of each other's burdens.
Please, call me Frederica. We are to be husband and wife after all.
They could have cut out 60% of that. Yeah, probably. Maybe there's a reason. I'm gonna withhold my judgment right now.
Of course, my... Frederica. Pray call me Serenoa as well.
For all we know, when I stream this tomorrow, there'll be only one line of dialogue, and all battles.
We should carry your cousin to his chambers. Will you help me, Frederica?
Certainly, Serenoa. Let us take care not to wake him, lest he resume his prattle.
Reason is world building, but Lord, that took too long. It is odd.
Benedict. I thought I might find you here.
My lord.
Benedict at the grave.
Did you tell her that Serenoa would soon be taking over as lord of our house?
No, she's a big tattletale. She'll tell everyone.
Forgive me, my lord. I did not think to...
Save your apologies, Benedict. Doubtless she was overjoyed to hear it from you. Destra always did trust you above all her advisors. As do I. For 30 years you have served my house better than I ever could have asked for.
You honor me, my lord.
My lord? I suspect this will be the last night I will hear those.
Uh-oh.
My lord, I will call for a healer at once.
Do not bother, Benedict. It will avail me not. You know as well as I how my heart now fails me.
My lord.
And so I entrust Serenoa to you. For our house, pray heed this old man's final order.
Certainly. I will live to serve your son until I breathe my last.
Did you hear that, Destra? Our boy is in good hands. My old dear friend. Long have we stood together.
I will not let you down, my lord.
Okay, King's not gonna die now. But he doesn't have long. He's not gonna make it to the end of this game. Any side missions? Side missions? Doesn't look like it. I'm going to go and save the game again. And now it is time for more. I didn't see a level. Oh, the knights are all here.
My beloved son, Serenoa, will oversee the matters of our house from this day forward.
What's that thing there? That weird scale thing. Is that what is that the sorting hat now?
I expect you to serve him as dutifully as you served me.
Of course, Lord Simon.
That's blue on top.
Our undying loyalty to House Wolford.
My son, listen well. A lord's judgment shapes the fates of his kin and subjects alike. Responsibility for their well-being now falls on your shoulders. You must lead them well.
Yes, Father. I shall keep those words close to my heart. To that end, I require wise counsel. Together, you possess a wealth of experience. As Lord of House Wolford, it is my duty to consider the best course from every perspective afforded me. I shirk not from this responsibility. At the same time, I would be a fool to not seek guidance from those more traveled than I. For my house and my people, I trust I can rely on you.
Well spoken, my son. I dare say you are more than ready to receive this.
The scales of conviction, a holy relic, said to be blessed by the deities of old.
Ooh.
It was gifted to our family by the King of Glenbrook. From this day on, I entrust it to you. However, it is of little use without these.
Coins. 7 of them.
Tokens of conviction, we call them. Give one each to only your most trusted retainers and allies. They will guide you when the path is darkest. Their words will illuminate the pitfalls ahead. Heed well the advice of your friends and subjects. Choose your steps carefully. Such has been the way of our house, and such you must see it always shall be.
I will, Father. I shall treasure these gifts and make wise use of them in times of need.
Very good. Now do your duty, my son.
We await your orders, my lord.
We depart for the capital at once. May this ceremony be but the first of many joyous occasions ahead of us.
To House Wolford!
Yay! We have to name the 4 houses.
And so the stewardship of House Wolford passes from father to son. Lord Simon Wolford, beloved throughout Glenbrook, entrusts the future to young Serenoa. With the ceremony to mark the beginning of the joint mining venture and a tourney on the horizon, the Wolfort set forth to the Crown City.
Ooh.
With no heroic deeds yet to his name, the new Lord Wolfort sets his eyes on the proving grounds, eager to show his worthiness.
All right. This place looks
The Lord
nice.
Simon will step down. I suppose the time comes for us all to pass on the torch eventually. What wisdom has your father bestowed upon you?
He has told me what it means to be lord of a house.
Very good. Serenoa of House Wolfort, the crown of Glenbrook now looks to you for loyal service and brotherhood.
Yes, Your Majesty. I shall not disappoint.
I dare you to say that again, Thalis.
Uh-oh.
Must you make me repeat myself? I am the Prime Minister of Esfrost. I and I alone am fit to represent our nation.
Is it battle time?
Go push your papers in the shadows, like the minor lordling's son you are.
You would shame me? You, who would be nothing if not for your high birth. Your ineptitude is mocked by noble and commoner alike.
Dragan, you forget yourself.
You both forget yourselves.
Frederica?
If you must bray at each other, then do so back home. Your bickering will bring shame upon our nation.
Such strong words, sister. Do you think you're above us now that you're being wed to mighty House Wolfort?
Please, Erica.
My apologies, but the ceremony will begin soon. I ask the delegates of each nation to make their preparations.
And you must be Serenoa Wolfort. Well, I suppose we should bother the happy couple no longer. Well done, Frederica. I see you've inherited your mother's wiles. She always did have a way with men.
Too bad you also inherited her hair. That sickly pink makes me want to retch.
Says the blue-haired chick.
Pray forgive my cousins, Lord Serenoa, and forgive me if I was out of line.
Those two, they were...
Thalis and Erica Esfrost. Full brother and sister to Archduke Gustadolf.
How long do we get to kill them? Maybe they'll turn around. You know, maybe they'll be nice. Or maybe soon.
And my half-siblings.
Chapter 12. That'll be my guess.
I see. Well, I hope that we can all come together for the sake of our grand endeavor.
You'd rather see them dead. There's 500 chapters, by the way, just to let you all know. There's not actually. Smithy is now available. Oh my god! We have activated the smithy. Oh my goodness. And I can't... Okay, here we go. Scroll up. Any little events? Where's the smithy at, by the way? Is it in here? Is it in the encampment? I totally wasn't paying attention there. Whoops. Oh, yeah, smithy. As blacksmith, I have privilege of looking after everyone's weapons. It's my honor to forge and repair whatever Wolfort's warriors require. Any blades that need tempering or bows that need priming, you need to say the word. Rawr, 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 rawr. At the smithy, you can upgrade your weapons and unlock weapon abilities. Both of these services require materials and coins. It's 3 ranks. Creating a rank unlocks powerful abilities. Rank. Arrow. Must be acquired. Alright. We'll learn as we learn. We'll learn as we learn. Weapon damage up. I have enough iron for this. Iron, HP up, physical, magic, luck. And then there's this down here. The next actual combat's going to be during or just after the ceremony if inevitably goes awry. Yeah, probably. Oh, let's do this one. Yay! We can upgrade it. Oh no, we can't upgrade his. Never mind. I don't think we can upgrade anyone else's. So these are our new friends, Anna and Eridor. Okay, darling, let's do it. I nearly forgot that this was a combat game with combat. I thought that this was a visual novel in disguise. White hair, thin glasses, severely thin face. Benedict looks like an angry Percy from Critical Role. Is it bad that I don't know Critical Role? Like, at all?
My honored guests,
Is it
I'm
bad?
pleased to announce that operations at the Grand Norzelian Mines have commenced in earnest.
The Earth has yielded treasures more magnificent than even we had anticipated. May the mines endure for many years as a symbol of prosperity for all of our nations.
I want to have the patience. Dang. What even is it? What even is it?
Well said. With Hyzant's salt and capital, Esfrost's ingenuity, and Glenbrook's raw materials and manpower, our realm's future is bright indeed. It is a partnership built on 3 pillars, each bearing equal weight. We owe a debt of gratitude for all who have supported this grand venture. A particular note is Lord Dragan, whose knowledge has allowed us to so swiftly see our labor bear fruit.
Animated series on Amazon Video. Interesting. Maybe one day I'll check them out.
And House Wolfort, whose mediation has proved invaluable in forming this accord. May their deeds be forever remembered by history. Let us raise our cups and toast to their health and happiness.
Critical Role, not the Amazon series, it's a podcast. Oh, Dungeons and Dragons, I gotcha. That's sounding more familiar now.
Huzzah!
Lord Serenoa is smiling from ear to ear. Shame his parents couldn't be here to see this.
Do not get too swept away in the moment, Eridor. We have a job to do here, and the day has only begun.
Each episode is 3 hours long. How many episodes are there?
Now that the formalities are done with, let the festivities begin. Step forward, Sir Maxwell.
So, this is the one they call the Dawn Spear.
Glenbrook's fiercest warrior. They say he has never known defeat.
300? More than 200? My goodness. In case something happens to them, at least we'll have a lot of stuff to fall back on. But I hope nothing happens to them.
I would take the measure of this man.
Now that the foundations for peace have been laid, let us be stifled by rigid formality no longer.
Some go 4 to 5 hours. My goodness.
There is a tourney to be had, after all. A much more entertaining event than my endless speeches.
Then again, D&D does take a long time to play. Makes sense that it's that long.
Hear, hear! Hear, hear! Will any among you prove a match for our Sir Maxwell, the champion of our previous challenge? I very much look forward to finding out. Until then, help yourselves to our hospitality and our wine.
Eat, drink, and be merry. It shall not be long until final preparations are complete.
Eat, drink, get drunk.
Our time is nigh, Serenoa. Ah, but I forget myself. Our time is nigh, Lord Wolfort. Congratulations, my friend.
Thank you. but living up to the title will be no easy task.
Those guys are professionals, it's great to watch them play, but Lord does it demand a long attention span. I bet he would have it on for like background noise while I'm playing like Xenoblade or something.
You'll do your father proud, I'm sure. Unlike some of us.
Have more faith in yourself, my friend. You too shoulder the future of the kingdom, after all. There's no time for self-pity. A prince's subjects mustn't hear him talking that way. Come, preparing for the tourney will take your mind off your worries. I'm gonna give him some faith.
Have more faith in yourself, my friend. After all, you too shoulder the future of the kingdom.
I wonder if Glenbrook will truly flourish thanks to anything I do.
Of course it will. It already has. Besides, House Wolford is at your back.
My apologies. And thank you. I shall strive to be worthy of your support.
You two are quite the pair, aren't you?
Fast friends from the day we met. And you are?
Apologies for not introducing you sooner. This is Huette of the Kingsguard.
I am tasked with keeping His Highness safe, though he often seems to resent it. 'Tis a pleasure to meet you, Lord Wolford.
Let it be known, if I was a girl, I'd be ultimate. Just to let you all know.
Ah, Prince Roland has told me much about you. I can see he is in good hands.
I shall see that it is so, my lord.
Now let us begin our preparations. Today we take the field, and today...
Wait till an NPC insults you for some reason? Sure. That'll be the next fight, actually.
Today we claim victory.
Claim victory. Hey Ultima, you smell. Roland's attributes in battle, a melee warrior with range. Strikes foes 2 squares in front of him with his spear. His steed grants him exceptional mobility. Okay. Rain arrows down on foes from the back of a hawk. Easily traverses terrain with large elevation changes. The higher the ground, the greater her range. There's gonna be range. I wonder if there's ice physics in this game, like Bravely Phantom Brave. I'd be best to greet our guests, who would give me the chance to take my measure of my soon-to-be opponents. Hello, hello. Soon you will lead your first foray into battle. Lady Frederica and I shall experience true combat for the first time. Do you have a stratagem in mind for the tourney? Defeat will bring shame upon us. Our house fights with honor. No tricks, offer opponents no quarter. Handle yourself admirably when managed attacks, but your magic will be the key to our victory. There'll be no tricks. No tricks here. You intend to charge headlong into your first battle. Indeed, the strategy may lack subtlety, but it is honest. In times of peace, it would not do to rely on deceitful tactics. How we compori ourselves on the battlefield shall be a reflection of our conduct outside of it. I intend to make others know House Wolfort can be trusted. Very wise, my lord. If peace between nations is to continue, the role of warriors must change with the times. However, you mustn't forsake the legacy you have inherited. I believe the course you have chosen weave a delicate path between the two ideals, truly the ideals. Pretty big land. Oh look, I'm in the water. I didn't know this was a pool. That's cool. I like pools. Alright, hello. Hello everyone. Hey, a dancer. I understand your medal shall be on display at the tourney, my lord. May it leave an impression on all in attendance. Now dance with me. Hello, random person. A predictable match with a predictable outcome. Hey, it's these two. I suppose we haven't formally met yet. I'm Erica Eistrost. Yes, Frederica is my sister, although I hardly think of her as such. This country is old, for lack of a better word. I'm certain it will fit her sensibilities perfectly. Sir Noah Wolfort, how good to see you again so soon. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Thales Estros. At your service, I suppose, soon as I'll be calling you my brother-in-law. This is quite the castle you have, full of history and great deeds. Hope that one day, if fate sees it fit to deliver me one so grand. Look at the outside, by the way, it's all like sand. I'm in the middle of a desert. Reverend House Wolfert, yes, reputation is formidable, to be sure. Military second to none. Day in and day night we train, and our rank grows, and we're cool. You learned about the captured smuggler. As the game progresses, you can uncover information that will unlock additional responses in future conversations. Interesting. There's a group of soldiers clad in black armor on the way here. House of Boundless Knowledge. Learned about the archives. Why am I randomly up here now? That's weird. That's a bit weird. Hello, Anna. How you doing? Hello, Eridor. How you doing? Hello, random guards. How you doing? Skill of Miss Minister Lydia's new assistant for myself. So yeah, now we have a reason to talk to everyone here. We have a reason to talk to every single person. Fight by Sir Maxwell's side, cross swords, and I'll win. Pretty strange game so far, but I'm liking it. I like the graphics. What? Dawnspear has returned to defend his title he won at the previous tourney. Why did my convictions raise all of a sudden? Like randomly. Hello. Hello, Regna. Hello, Maxwell. Hello, Silvio. I gotta remember all of these names. Every single one, every name. Especially Lila here. Lord Semyon. What was his name? Lord Simon. Lord Seaman. Like seamen. Like men on the open sea. Ministry of Medicine. Hello, how you doing? Cloris. Contrary, where station is decided not by birth. Wonder I'd like to make time to visit. Alright, here we go, important guy. My lord, before the tourney begins, I would like to ask you a single question. To what end do you believe this contest is being held? Chance for our three nations to gather and celebrate, although the battles may be bloodless, victory is sweet all the same. Precious few chances to display martial prowess, to remind people of House's Wolfheart's legacy. May appear to be mere entertainment, but reputations are at stake. If we show weakness, it will be noted in all attendance. We'll beat this one. Well, it may appear that way, my lord. The truth is more complex. The tourney is a stage on which each nation will display its martial prowess, while also taking the measure of others. I see. Although we aren't at war, we still must find ways to prove our mettle. Indeed, I advise you to treat this as seriously as you would war itself. You got it. I love war. I mean, I love strength and stuff. This is Huguet. Hello, Huguet. And Roland. What? Oh, there's a cat here. Hello, kitty. Any cats today? This is cat number 3. Alright, I think I am done. The tourney will begin soon. I best head back. You have found a bunch of different topics. Ooh, battle time. Sadly though, it is getting a little bit late. I do need to wake up early tomorrow to prepare for the stupid dentist. So next time I play this game, which will be tomorrow by the way, we'll do a tournament. And I'm gonna win. I'm gonna win the battle so hard, it's gonna be like, wow, you won the battle. But yeah, I'm gonna end it right here, guys. You all take care. 1 match, 2 hours of cutscene. Once again, tomorrow's stream will be 2 hours worth of cutscenes and 2 hours worth of matches and 1 cutscene with 1 sentence. But yeah, it's a nice game so far. I likes it. It's good. It's very chill right now. Right now. It'll get less chill soon. Alright, take care guys. I love you all. Bye-bye.